It's very early morning. Matter of fact, it is about 9 a.m., let's say. And I'm inside the Winking Skeever, so there's not a lot of people here. Right now, there's probably 3. Golemai, Belrand, and Jarira's probably sitting here. Yeah, he's back here too. So, quiet morning here at the Winking Skeever. But we're here because I wanted to show you how to start the Legacy of the Dragonborn. There's a few different ways, and if you go to the website, you can find those different ways. I'm going to show you this way. Inside of many of the inns scattered across Skyrim, you're going to find this Seeking Treasure Hunters flyer. If you take a look at that, it's going to start a quest called An Interesting Prospect, where Auryen wants you to come find him and talk to him about a Relic Hunter position. It says, Help Wanted. Curator Auryen Morales is seeking able-bodied adventurers to seek out and recover lost artifacts of historical relevance for the soon-to-be reopened museum in Solitude. Anyone interested should apply there in person. All deliveries of authentic artifacts will be compensated. Auryen Morales, curator. So I'm going to take that, and let's meet up over at the museum, and I'll show you how to get this quest started. And the goal today is to show you around the inside of the museum, how it works, how to start the quest, the Legacy of the Dragonborn V6, basically the intro to it and how to do everything that you need to do to get started. So as you're walking towards the Blue Palace, if you have the Legacy of the Dragonborn installed, you will notice that this section of Solitude has changed. There is now a Dragonborn gallery. You're able to go right in. There is a stairwell leading up to the right. We'll save that for later. We're not there yet. We just need to go in the front door. Inside the front door, you'll find Auryen Morales. He's pacing around. He looks nervous, worried. He's got something on his mind. Let's go see what's up.
I'm sorry, can I help you? The museum is currently closed until further notice.
But I found this flyer. You're needing treasure hunters?
Oh, yes, my advertisement. I am looking still, but I do hope you are better than the others I have hired as of late. I have a list of items that I would very much like to have for the museum. If you can recover them, I'll pay you handsomely for them. If you manage to bring them all back here, we could even discuss some other plans I have in mind.
Awesome. I'll go get those. Can you tell me what they are?
Excellent. First and foremost, I'd like to get my hands on one of the 6th House Bellhammers of the House of Dagoth. They have become increasingly rare. One apparently was stolen recently by some bandits, apparently held up in Broken Helm Hollow. Another item was stolen from a local collector by the Silent Moon Bandits. The item is known as Denstagmer's Ring. It's likely still in the hideout west of Whiterun, if they haven't fenced it yet, that is. And lastly, a small shipment of Archiviri relics is on its way across Skyrim, bound for Markarth. Amongst the items were some Jade carvings. The caravan, however, was attacked by Forsworn, and it's likely they may be in possession of some of the relics. Find what you can, and I'll pay you well for it.
Everyone seems to be in great spirits today.
So, we have 3 items to collect, and they are kind of scattered across the map. The first one, well, it's not the first one he mentioned. The first one we're going to do is the Jade Warrior, so it's just east of Markarth. The second one that I will do is clear down here, and it is just east of Riften. And finally, we will do Whiterun. It is just northwest of Whiterun, and that's Denstagmer's Ring. So let's meet up over here on the west side of Skyrim, and I'll show you where to find these. I'm not going to go too in-depth with this. I'll make sure that we discuss how to get them. I want to get back here and discuss how the museum works. Okay, here we are just on the outskirts of Markarth. And we're going to quickly just run west. No, sorry, east. We're going to run east real quick, and after you cross this bridge, you'll see it's a little ways up the hill here. You've got a hill, and then there's a path. And yes, I heard the Nern route, and there's lots of other stuff you can take on. You can kill the goats if you want. Oh yeah, like a goat. Okay, so the solid path continues on. But right here, take this little dirt path, and immediately when it opens up, start turning left here. And I'm going to, at this point, go into stealth. This, you can almost make it out now. This little tent encampment, that's where the Forsworn are, that are holding the Jade Dragon. But if you come up close, you can trigger an event that helps you take out some of them. Is it not going to work? Okay, well, sometimes you can trigger an attack to start here. Doesn't seem like I'm going to get that to trigger. All right, that's okay. Let's take these guys out. Whoops. Got one. Got her halfway. Missed. No, you can't hit me. Oh, he hit me. No fire. Okay. All right. I don't know why the event didn't trigger. It usually does for me. Take whatever you can see that has these blue plus symbols on them, because those can be used in the museum that we're going to, or the museum that we're doing this quest for. Hide shield. What the piece you're wanting, though, is right here. It's the Jade Warrior. Okay, I'm going to clean this place out, but let's meet over in Riften real quick, and we will go after the 6th House Bellhammer next. Okay, I don't want to get too close to the Riften Gate, because that will start that guard talking to me. But here we are. We're just outside Riften at the gate, and I'm going to go just on the outskirts to the left of Riften, and I'll just stay close to the wall here. You will probably get attacked by like wolves and things like that. Stay right along here until you come up to the path. Right there. And then turn left. This is going to take you directly to where you need to go. And I'll show you exactly how to get there. It is not that difficult once you know it. I hear some wolves, and somebody sees me. There's one. Ouch. I think I got him in the eyeball. All right, there is on the path here a little broken down tower. Now, once we see that, we'll go into stealth mode for a moment. There it is. There are 2 bandits here. And if you can avoid being detected by the bandits, you can usually get one of them mostly dead. Okay, and is the other one down or still coming? There she is. All right. So we got quite a few items here with the blue pluses. We'll take all of those. And where did she go? There she is. Take all her arrows and bracers. And there is a chest here that you can practice your lock-picking skills on, which I have not done any of really yet. There we go. Oh, what do we got? An Iron Sword of Chills and a potion and a poison. Good deal. Anyway, that's just a little side thing. You can easily just pass this right up and keep running. I like to kind of show the things that are just a little bit off the beaten path as we go. There's a Nern root under the bridge. There is a guy over here with a few septums that looks like he either got pushed or jumped off the cliff there. Actually, the top of that cliff is exactly where we're going. So, take his septums. And he had a lockpick this time. So, take that too. Alright, there is an urn root right here if you want it. I usually grab it. And then come right back around and back up on the bridge. Now, just after the bridge, you see this stone pillar and a path. That's where you want to be. Hello. Wasn't expecting you guys to attack. He must have taken someone's hand off. He had a silver ring in his mouth. Okay. Go ahead and get into stealth here. There can be anywhere from 2 to 4 or 5 people here. There's one standing right there. Let's see if I can... Oh, yeah. That's one. There is likely another one here. Oh, he fell down the cliff. So we'll find him in the same spot we just found that last guy. That's 2 down. And I think we're in the clear. So if you want to loot that guy, don't forget to drop back down. He's going to be right where that other guy's body was. Oh, I want your arrows too. Yeah. So right down there. I don't think he left anything behind on the ledge that we can use to loot his body. Nope. All right. This is Broken Helm Hollow. There will be a leader and 2 regular guys. And I don't know, I always seem to find them sleeping no matter what time of day I get here. Let's find out if they're sleeping. So there's a noise trap right here. And yeah, they are sleeping. See if I can... Man, my aim is bad. Got her. Did that wake up our friend? No, it did not. Okay, be careful of the noise trap because there's still another one typically right up there. We'll come loot them later. Focus more on getting this place cleared out. There we go. Oops. And the bandit chief took more than one shot. Hello. And kind of went flying. Couple things to note here. There are a couple of items for the museum. Obviously, you want to get any books. There is a green ninja doll here. That is a museum item. And this chest has a trap on it. So don't just go opening it. Come over here and hit the trigger first to unlock it. All right. I'll loot these guys up in a minute. The important thing here is this chain that opens up the doorway to the 6th house bellhammer, which is sitting right on the floor. Well, this one's kind of levitating. And right inside this room where something bad, some kind of torture has happened. All right. Grab that. Let's meet up back at the stables of Whiterun, and we'll hit the 3rd one, and then we'll check out the museum. Okay, just outside of the Whiterun stables. Show you where we're at on the map here. And I'm going to, before I head into Whiterun, I'm going to take a left. The Khajiit caravan might not be here when you come through, and kind of follow along the edge of the city, going north. And as you get a little higher, you'll start to see up in the distance there, kind of on the edge of a cliffside or a hill, is a little fort. That's where we're headed. I'm going to head to the right side or the east side of this fort. I'm going to show you how to get in and out of here with as little as possible having to deal with the enemies. You can, of course, just go in and obliterate everybody. There are multiple ways to do everything in this game. I am going to stay to the east. Now, there are some wolves out here and things like that. All right. So I see the wolves up there. And where I want to get to is directly in front of me. So I'm going to hop off Roach here. Yeah, I know. Wrong game. Lead him. I missed. It's okay. I got him chasing the wrong way. And we'll get some leveling in our sneak skill while we're at it. So if you head over to this side, you can get into or onto, let's say. Oh, hello.
Thanks.
Headshot. You can get onto the side of this catwalk, which is exactly where we want to go. Did I pass it? I may have passed it. Let me get out of stealth and... Yeah, right here. So just kind of stealth your way right onto that catwalk. There are 3, I think, bandits down here and another 3 up at the forge. You probably can sneak by them. There we go. Now check the tables because not only are you going to find potions, which is fine, but you're also going to find lunar weapons in some of these places. So keep an eye out for lunar weapons, because those are also items for the museum. All right, I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go down into this Silent Moon's camp hatch. All right, in here we've got a couple things that we haven't mentioned yet. We've got a Nordic excavation site, which is part of Legacy of the Dragonborn.
I'm tired.
My husband died about
You get
5
fossils
years ago.
and you can
I
make
miss
things from it.
He had
So
one
it's
big
part of the
hammer.
guild
Every
portion
night the
of
same. Made
Legacy of
enough
the
noise to wake the
Dragonborn.
Red Mountain. I'll never forget it.
There's also cards in here. I won't go too much into cards right now, but collect them and check them out, and you'll see you get some pretty good things for them.
The rumors were true. Those warriors from Hammerfell,
Paintings.
they've got curved swords.
Paintings
Big
are an
curved
item that you can put up on the
Impressive.
walls. I'm going to take this one, and then I'm going to show you when we get to the museum how to place those up. I'm going to leave Malrus's journal for now in case we ever decide to get to that quest. And I want to be
People
able to
say
show where to
Skyrim
come
is
get
one of
it.
the
So I
most
don't want to
dangerous
grab
places
Malrus's
on Earth.
journal
I think
today.
they're wrong. It's magnificent.
I'm going to leave that there.
And I'm proud to call it home.
Lunar Iron Mace. See what I mean by keep an eye out for those things? And we've got some really nice potions. There's our quest item,
Gonna
Denstagmer's
get
ring.
cold tonight. A strong drink will
I
chase off
have
that
not
chill
left
in the air.
stealth yet. There are enemies on the other side of that wall. You should be able to hit this excavation site without triggering them. And there we go. We found 3 fragments and a keystone, and our archaeology skill went up. Again,
I love
part
the
of a
cold
different
air.
thing we're not
It's
dealing with in this
exhilarating.
episode.
Perhaps it's because of my North
But
blood.
down the
But there's
road, if it's something
about
you
it
want to
that
learn
makes me
about,
feel
let me know,
alive.
and we will obviously get into it. All right. There's a good chance that you're not going to be allowed to fast travel out of here. Yeah, it's not going to let you. Reason is there's an enemy too close. Okay? That enemy is right... Oh no! I missed him.
Victory is yours.
Oh boy. I'm going to trigger all of his friends. Are you going to stand up enough? There we go. All right. So yes, I did trigger all of his friends. See if they come this way. Could. Let's see if I can lose aggro by coming in here and coming back out. Yeah. And are they far enough away now for me to fast travel? No, not yet. They need to get back to where they were. I could also just try to stealth out of here. There's one right there. There's typically one right there, but that's probably that guy. All right. There should not be any more enemies close enough to me that we can't travel now. Yeah. We can travel. I'm not going to fast travel there because I know where I need to go is back to Auryen. Maybe? There we go. Let's meet up there. Come on, talk to me.
Greetings.
Okay. I found the Jade Warrior.
Oh, you have? Excellent. Yes, I have just the place for this. Thank you. Here's your reward.
And the 6th House Bellhammer.
Ah, phenomenal. Let me have a look. Ah, yes. Exactly as described.
Move that feather.
Good
Looks
work.
like it's
Here's your pay.
in his nose there. And Denstagmer's ring.
Very good. And
This is a
in
good way to make
excellent
some early
condition, it
game money,
seems.
too.
Wonderful.
Now, once we finish this, he's going to start a tour. I'm not going to play the full tour. It is kind of long, and I've seen it a million times, and I think I've shown it at least 4 times on the channel before. So I'm not going to play his whole spiel, but I will take you through and show you some of the highlights of the museum. All right, that should be everything you need.
That is very impressive, my friend. You are certainly more than a mere treasure hunter. Which brings me to my next proposal. I'm in need of a full-time partner of sorts. A person of your caliber who can dedicate themselves to uncovering more lost artifacts and relics on their own, while I continue my research efforts. And you have proven yourself more than capable of the job.
And I think a special arrangement could work. Instead of me simply buying the relics off of you, perhaps you could bring them here, lend them to the museum. I'll give you an occasional finder's fee, and we'll safeguard your collection for you. You'll be able to access any and all of your collection as you see fit, and you'll know the rest of it will be safe in your absence.
All right, that sounds good.
Excellent. Let me give you the 10 Septim tour then.
This building was once called Macnarian Hall and was built as a temple dedicated to...
Okay, let's start in the entryway or the foyer, if you will. A few things here. There is a commemorative plaque and a little honor board to the patrons and Patreons and people who have helped support financially Ice Cream Assassin, the creator of this mod. On the left, before you enter into the main hall there is a plaque. It says, "Welcome to the Dragonborn Gallery." It says currently there are 4 displays. The 3 that we put up, and I'm not sure what the 4th one is right off the top of my head, but there must be something we found. Maybe one of the deities that we clicked is up there. We'll have to check. A safe storage chest, so whatever you want to put in here, that's yours, along with a wardrobe, whatever you want to put in there, just a place to put some storage. The curator's guide, this one's kind of important, so let's look at that real quick, and let's go over to books. And it's a complete guide to the Dragonborn Gallery, right? But here's what we're going to do. This lets you teleport to different places. You can find Auryen wherever he is, and it'll give you a little map marker to him. You can move to a museum location, which teleports you around the interior of the museum. You can read the guide. And display planner, which I don't know what that does. That's new to me. I don't remember that one. Okay. Reading the guide. Let's see if it has something in here about display planner. Don't see. There's a lot of good information in here, so feel free to go through it. Yeah, don't see that. All right. Next. Oh, and don't forget to come up here and check your safe storage, because there will sometimes be some money up here. There are some leaflets, if you want to read them. That would be for visitors coming in. Now, into the main hall of the Hall of Heroes. This is going to be where a lot of your well-known items are going to be, right? Your Azadal set, Sarthal stuff, Isgrimor's armor. There's your 6th house bell hammer, which is sitting right there. Upstairs, right here would be all of your claws and your masks.
It's quite fascinating.
Right, so this room would be a lot of your bigger, well-named stuff. As you progress through the game, manage displays. Which display element would you like to toggle? Oh, I don't want this on. No, I don't want that. I don't want that option on. So let's open the curator's guide and say display planner and turn that back off. Now we know what that does. That must be a version 6 thing, because I don't remember that ever. All right. Upstairs, more of the same heavy, more well-known items. This is going to be your 3 Dragon Scrolls, your Elder Scrolls. And you've got some more well-known items. And then over to this side, you're going to have a lot of your jewelry, your helmets, and Denstagmar's ring is inside the jewelry case. You can actually see it kind of sitting right there. Okay? Yeah, more of your more well-known items will be in this first room. I'm going to kind of go around this direction. This is the eating area. There is some secrets in this area. There's a button there. I won't go too in depth with that. Feel free to try to figure out that button. Later on, this will change when you become the guild master, and that will be the doorway to the guild. Over to this area is the sleeping quarters, all of the barracks and rooms. There are obviously items that belong in the museum that you can actually find in the museum laying around. Down to the museum storeroom, and you have some things down here. You can use the distillery barrel. You can activate the wine rack. I would be careful down here. You can turn on Christmas lights if it's getting close to Christmas and you want that kind of feel. This here, the strange button and this little section is like for developers and stuff. I would probably leave this alone unless you know exactly what you're doing, or at least back up your save or so you can reload. But yeah, down here is basically the wine cellar. There is a quest later on that will have you coming down in here. Upstairs we can't get into yet because we don't have the key, but we will be getting it eventually, and that is to your safe house. The safe house is probably, in my opinion, one of the best houses in the game, because it has links straight to all of this, and you have links from down here all the way to up there. Okay, this is probably the most important room in the house. This is where you bring all of your relics. So right here is the painting display. If you click on it, it's going to take any paintings you have in your inventory and it's going to put them on the wall somewhere. So that one painting we found when we were grabbing Denstagmer's ring, it is now on display somewhere in the museum. I'm sure we'll see it. All right. As we move along, we have a display prep station. If you click this, it will automatically take anything out of your inventory and put it on display. This is fine. You can do this. There's settings here, and you can decide what you want. If you only want to do replicas, if you prefer replicas, right? I'm not going to use that right now. This is part of the same. It looks like it's a new section. It's part of the same. I will get into that chest in a moment. This is just a miscellaneous item chest. You put stuff in there. And if you put stuff in your supply chest, which also links upstairs to your safe house, as does that. If you put stuff in here, then if it's miscellaneous items, it will find its way into the miscellaneous chest. Storing supplies. So give me a second here. Okay. If you notice, I have a carry weight of 461 of 100,300. That is the settings for while I'm inside this museum or inside any home, I think. And that's part of the Legacy of the Dragonborn mod. You can turn that on or off. The collection I'm playing, Immersive and Pure from Canlaberk, which you can get on Nexus. I will make sure to put a link in the description. The collection I'm playing has it turned on by default. I'm going to go ahead and read this book and that book. Make sure you read all your books. All right. So what happens here, if I meant to show, you see all my food, all of my ingredients. If I click store supplies, it's going to sort all that stuff and it's going to put it, no more ingredients. It didn't find the meat pie, so it doesn't know that item. But otherwise, it put all of that stuff away. And if I search supplies and I go to ingredients, look at that. All my ingredients are in the supply section. And when I go upstairs, once I get into my safe house, they will be in the kitchen area if they're food, or they'll be in the alchemy area if they're ingredients. It's really nice. It's a nice setup. All right. Replicas. I don't have the ingredients to make these yet, but you can make replicas of these items, especially items that are used in quests, so that you can still put them on display and be able to turn in the quest. So you'd come here for the dragon stone. I would need 1 quarried stone. For this, I would need 3 iron and 2 leather strips. And I could make this and move on. And then I could put the replica on display and turn in the real thing. You can manage the genders of your mannequins. There is a safe behind here There is a warning when you open it. I'm not even going to open it. There is a warning that says, hey, don't use this. You can cause problems. I would just take it at its word and not mess with it. Museum spoils. So this thing just fills up, and I don't know how often or what triggers it, but it just starts to get things. So I always come in here and empty it and use it to kind of fill my museum with. I don't typically mess with any of this stuff. I leave it alone, except for when you see a new note. And there's 6 or 7 notes that will appear throughout this area as you progress. When you see these notes, you'll want to read them. They take you on quests for unique items. All right. The shipment planner. So this lets you put locations that link back to here. At inns, at carriages, at player houses, and all of those places. I'm going to leave it at no. This is another version of this display prep station. I typically prefer this one. Reason why, let's see what this exclude item says. I'm going to leave that alone. You click the transfer relics, and it's going to take the items that can go on display out of your inventory and display them for you. I messed up there. I meant to say no. What it would typically do if you say no is it would put them in this display chest. And I shouldn't have done that, but let's go find something so I can show you how that works. Sorry about that. I meant to say no there. 6th House Bellhammer. Okay. So if I were to now click on this, transfer, and say cancel, then it's going to move it into this chest where I can come through and verify that what it has, I actually want to remove from my inventory. I can take anything back. And then when I exit out of this, it's going to say, do you want to display it? And I'm going to say yes. And then it will automatically go put it back on display for me where it was originally. So now if we run back out here and look at the display for the 6th House Bellhammer, it should be right back where it was. Perfect. All right, so that's kind of this main room. Let's head in, and if I miss anything in the comments, let me know. There will be displays as you progress through the game in almost every section of the museum here. I'm going to head into the East exhibit halls real fast. We'll take a quick tour down this way. There's Auryen, and there's our painting. You can see it on the wall to the right. That's the painting we found. Nice. It's like a stone. All right. If you read above these, you can see what's in here. So this is the Daedric Gallery. And as we get Daedric items, they will fill into all of these locations. For now, I don't have anything, so not much to see here. Just displays. Over to this side. This is called the Hall of Oddities. Things that you find like the Jade Warrior 2 and some memorabilia and some musical items and some statues, and there is Queen Freitas' sword, you know, just all of that kind of stuff is going to be in this area. Now, depending on which mods you have installed, some of these other rooms will be open. For instance, this room is open to me, and it has some items that belong to one of the mods, and I honestly don't know which ones those belong to. Over here, another room, and I think this one's always open. This is part of the same Hall of Oddities section, I'm pretty sure. This is not a mod-specific one. Yeah, this looks to be regular Hall of Oddities stuff. Continue around, and that's it for what I have unlocked. Depending on which mods you have selected, there may be more rooms unlocked here. All right, into this room, which it is calling the Hall of Lost Empires. So, more displays. Nothing too special in here right now. As you fill this in, it will be a lot cooler. But nothing to show today. And then at the end of the hall, it's currently under construction. There's a couple places we're going to run into that kind of thing throughout the museum. Let's move on. All right. Downstairs, this one's new to version 6. There was a mod author who created a museum that was next door to the museum outside in Solitude. That has since been incorporated right into the game, or right into the museum itself. And as you progress and find things, this, what are they calling it, gift shop, will have more and more items for your guests to kind of come and explore and purchase things from you. So, kind of cool. We have an armory there and the Hall of Wonders. When you find one of whatever item that you find as you play the game, like for instance, I found some Forsworn armor when we were finding the Jade Warrior 2. And when I put that on display, this is where it found its way to, right? So as you find different things, like this one is going to be ancient Nordic armor. Now, through these doors, there are other armories. They don't autofill. That is just if you find stuff that doesn't go on display, but you want to display it. And the Hall of Wonders. So, pretty empty right now. I'm not going to spoil all of this stuff for you. I'm not going to kind of give you everything that goes here. I'd like to make sure we leave it open and give you a basic idea of what's going on here. Fishing maps. Some of the cool things that would go in here is your... Dang it, can't remember the name. Oh, backpacks for sure. Not bow. What's the... It's not coming to me right now. We'll find it here in a second. Because I think they go on the back side. So just kind of showing off a few of the things you can put in here. Wild horses. Animal-related stuff. Crossbows. That's what I was looking for. So your crossbows can go on display here. Downstairs, there's more room for lots and lots of stuff to be on display. And I won't look at everything. I won't spoil this for you, but you can come and decide, hey, I want to fill in this display. Look and see what it is, and then go find that stuff. And more back in here. Yep. Okay. I'm not going to look at every single display until we fill in the museum, and then we can go look at every single display. I just kind of want to give you a tour. All right, some of the other more important things are going to be upstairs. So all along these walls, you'll see there's painting displays. There are so many paintings that we need to fill in. We are currently upstairs in the Hall of Heroes. We've been up here already, but we haven't gone into these rooms. So the Gallery of Natural Science is actually a pretty cool one. And this has been changed dramatically for version 6. There used to be a cabinet right here that has moved into this doorway. The cabinet is here. You can put supplies in there. You can put your fish right into this hatchery, and they will go into this viewable tank, and you can watch your fish that you collect swim around. Mammoths can go on display. Dragons can go on display. All of the creatures of the world can go on display in here. You've got wolves and elks and saber cats and bears and walruses and spiders and yeah, so many different things. Chicken, cow, and horse, it goes in there. All your dragons will end up filling in this area in here. Really cool. Really, really cool. Gemstones. Any gems you find will make their way into this display. We found a shell in the chest downstairs, so that should have made its way to here. Aha, there it is. So the tide pool display, as you find shells along the coast, those go in here. These potters are all real. You can put plants in them and they will grow and you can come back and clean them up. Now, upstairs is a modded area. This is where all of your fossils will go. So as you find fossils, they'll make their way into these displays. I thought we found one, but maybe not. Apparently not. I thought we found one. Okay. That's where your fossils will go on display as you find them. Let's head to the next room. There is a secret in this next room. I'm not going to tell you about it. I will show you where the button is so you can come push it and figure out what it does. But this is the, I think it's called the Dragonborn Gallery. Yeah, Dragonborn Hall. So all of your main quest Dragonborn story stuff goes in this room, including all of the stones and deities and things like that. So I found Akatosh. That was the fourth one, right? When I walked in, there was 4 items. This was the fourth one. It's because I chose Akatosh. And so that displayed there. I should have clicked all of them so that they would have all displayed. That's okay. We can do that. All right. Down here, there is a little button. I'm not going to click it. I'm going to let you click it. You come through here, you push the button, and see what happens. Oh, a tiny little quest, and then something cool unlocked. You'll need to talk to Auryen afterwards. Hey, bud.
You're back. Wonderful.
Yeah, we won't talk to you right now.
Be careful out there.
I'm sure you'll have a quest for us, but we're not ready to start a new quest today. All right. Library, we'll do that in a second. This room says it requires a key. And if you hit it, it's going to say, ask Auryen. Okay, so that's unlocking a little quest to talk to Auryen and give you a little dialogue. We know he's in here. Let's go talk to him. I know you're on your lunch break, but hold on. Talk to me.
Yes?
What's behind the locked door?
Oh, the door on the upper hallway. Yes, that's just the tower. It's not currently utilized for everything other than some storage. There was a leak in the dome above it, and the entire wood structure inside completely rotted out. Plus, it didn't really offer much potential for good display space anyway, so I just sealed it off.
Okay, sounds good.
Farewell.
So that's all that was. Now, I don't know. I think there is a way to get this opened up later in the game. Maybe when I've had this thing up to 1,500 displays. Honestly, I've never finished the Dragonborn Gallery ever. I've had it probably up to 1,500 though. All right. All of your treasure maps, they will go on the wall up here. All the treasure maps you find go on the wall. Your books will get sorted by letter, S through Z, M through R, right? All the way down, and the last one are numbered here, 0 through 9. And then spell books and skill books. Okay? Go downstairs to 1 level, and some of your more well-known books will go here. And your Dragonstone should go there. I don't know why it says I'm lacking the item. I should have a Dragonstone in my inventory. I do. Probably it will only take the relic so that you don't use up the quest item. So some of your well-known books and items go here. When you have books that you want to get rid of, there is a book return. You come in here, go to books, and dump them off. It won't let you if there's certain books that you shouldn't be dropping. And so those are now sitting in the book return. A couple things you can do. You can sort the books and then update the list. So I'm going to sort. Book sort begun. And new items on display 0. And now update the list. And it is updating the catalog. And if we come upstairs now, oh, there's one. Vivek and Mafala. And if you go into the named ones here, there we go. Visual effects starts with an R, RAS visual effects. Good. More treasure maps. This desk. Why is it not letting me? Oh, you have to sit in the research station. Try this out. I won't give it away too much, but it gets you more quests. Along with, this has a special function as well. You sit in this chair and you should be able to read any book that you have in here. So take a seat in this one. The one upstairs gives you quests. This one here, you can read any of the books that are in the library. For instance, I never read this recipe, and I never read this recipe. So I can read these. And Vivek and Mafala, apparently I never read. So this way you can come through and make sure that you read all of your books that are currently sitting in your library. There we go. Rather than as you're walking around making sure to do it. You can take them out of your inventory. All right. Let's get back into first person here. You can use the printing press to copy books. There is a book here you can use. You need to store paper and stuff like that to make the printing press work and play around with that. It's pretty cool. Some of your really high value books will go on display in here. And there is a quest that comes into this room later. Same quest we talked about from the basement before. And then you've just got some bookcases. Right? More of your treasure maps. It'd be really helpful if you went ahead and left a comment. Subscribe if you're not. Hit that thumbs up. If you're at this point, I think you might have enjoyed a little piece of this. I hope so. Oh, let's check out the lunar weapon over there. I want to see it on display. All right. Until next time, we'll see you then.